Hey y'all, we starting week 1 of our fall reset. Your magic number is 30. So can you get 30 grams of protein with each meal? Can you eat 30 grams of fiber throughout the day? And can you have 30 different types of food throughout the week? This is a good program for if you're doing okay, you're eating pretty good, but you want to make sure you're getting all the nutrients, all the protein you need to build strong muscles, to have plenty of energy. So this is not meant to be a diet, not meant to be a restrictive diet. You're not cutting calories. You're not restricting certain types of food. I'm not even really giving you portion sizes. I'm giving you more ideas that if you focus on protein and vegetables, then you can have potatoes and rice. You can have a piece of chocolate. You can eat ice cream if you want. My guess is if you prioritize these types of foods, you will have less cravings for sugar. Okay, so how do you get all this protein? And why do we need this much protein? So, protein helps us build strong muscles and bones. As we age, we just start to lose muscle and bone. If we're not actively doing strength building exercises and if we're not actively eating more protein. So if you're an active person, if you exercise, if you do cardio, if you do strength, you need protein. And then why all this fiber? So fiber does two things. It hydrates your poop, it fluffs it up, and then it moves it out. So if you don't want little tiny rabbit turds that you got, if you have any kind of gut issues, constipation, or just irregular poops, fiber will help keep you regular. If you're not eating a lot of fiber right now and you go blasting in with the broccoli and the cabbage, your tummy is going to hurt. So easy does it. Everything in moderation. Add a couple of grams a day. Try adding one more serving of vegetables. Try starting your day with vegetables. Add a little spinach to your eggs. And then why do we need variety in our diet? So if all you ate was chicken and broccoli, that would not be a healthy diet. You'd be missing nutrients. It wouldn't be pleasurable to eat that way. We start eating with our eyes, so we see food that looks really good. Our brain kicks in and goes, this is going to be yummy. We smell food. So as you're cooking, as you're even thinking about your menu and then starting to cook and prepare food, all of that is getting your body ready to digest the food. So having a wide variety of colors and textures, it's just more interesting to eat that way. And then it will help your gut microbiome. So we are mostly bacteria. There's bacteria on the outside of our bodies and on the inside of our bodies. And the bacteria like to have a lot of different things to eat. So it's kind of like your garden where you need a bunch of different types of things growing for a healthy garden. This is what you need for your gut. And I'll get in a rut where I'll tend to eat the same things over and over. So you could try a new recipe. You could try a new restaurant. This could be restaurant food. I'm not asking you to cook all your meals at home. When you do cook your meals at home, though, you do get to control what goes in them and what you don't put in them. Okay, so how do we do all this? So, like I said, starting your day with some protein, some eggs. You could have leftovers for breakfast. If you've got leftover, I eat a lot of curries at my house or stews in the wintertime. We traditionally eat sweet things, a lot of us, for breakfast, but there's a lot of countries where they have a savory breakfast. There are breakfast soups. So it's something that may seem odd to you, but it's totally normal in other countries, having a savory breakfast. And then just spending the next week tracking it, just thinking, okay, how much protein have I had yet? Have I had a piece of chicken? Have I had a piece of fish? And there's protein in veggies. Broccoli has protein in it. So I've got you a little chart here on this blog post about where you can get protein, and you can get it from other sources: soy, beans, lentils, black beans, kidney beans. But prioritizing protein, eating that first. And then my advice on the veggies and fruits: the second you get home from the store, chop them, prep them, steam it, whatever you got to do. Put your meat in a little bag, marinate it, do all the prep work. So I do this on Sunday. I go to the store, and the second I get in the store, I'm chopping. I usually steam some broccoli. I cook some collards this week. So I've got little containers full of pre-cooked veggies sitting in my fridge. I'll take some meat out of the freezer. Usually I just talk to my husband and go, what do you want for this week? We'll kind of decide on our meals. I end up cooking maybe 1 or 2 nights a week a hot meal from scratch because I don't want to spend every night doing that. It's time consuming. So I batch stuff, I freeze stuff. So then I'll usually cook a meal Monday, Tuesday. We'll eat that a couple of days. I'll pull something out of the freezer. So prepping in advance is going to get you a long way towards if you come home from work 7 o'clock at night and you open the fridge, you got raw materials there and you got to start from scratch. That's hard. If you open the fridge and you've got stuff marinated, chopped, and you can just put things together, that's going to be a lot more successful and a lot easier. You need to make this easy for you. And then again, trying a new veggie. Go to the farmer's market and talk to the farmers about what's in season. So try something new this week. Pick one vegetable, pick one fruit, add something new, try a new recipe. Start with something really easy. It doesn't have to be something complicated, something super easy, maybe 4 or 5 ingredients max. But trying a new food, a new dish, a new spice, that's going to add some variety to your diet. So why are we doing all this? This is not a restrictive diet. It's not a punishment. This is an abundance diet. What can I have more of? We have very disordered views about food in this country. We tend to eat on the run. I can remember reading a book about Coco Chanel years ago, and her famous quote was that she said, I eat standing up like a racehorse. Like, that sounds awful to me. You should sit and relax, enjoy your food. Food should be pleasurable. You should find joy in cooking it. You could share your food with loved ones. This should be a moment of relaxation, rest, enjoyment, and pleasure in your day. So I want you to think about loosening your grip. If you have a very restrictive diet, or you grew up dieting, or you grew up restricting your calories, experiment with me this week about an abundance mindset around food. And then I'd love to hear how this is going for you. Send me an email, a text, post something on the Facebook page, and let me know how this feels to think of this abundance diet. What can I have more of? How can I treat myself like royalty? How can I treat myself like someone who is deeply loved?